Hi, I'm Katrina Rice, Program Officer here at ArtsNL, and I'm going to be talking about the school touring program. The school touring program is available to individual professional artists, collaboration of individual professional artists, professional arts groups, and professional non-for-profit arts organizations to support the touring of productions to schools throughout Newfoundland and Labrador. Offered in partnership with the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development through its Cultural Connections strategy, the program provides students with direct access to high-quality artistic experiences. The program covers touring costs only, that is, travel, accommodations, per diems, artist and technician fees, tour administration, royalties, and some limited rehearsal. The application deadline is June the 15th for projects in the upcoming school year, that is September to June. Projects must start on or after September 15th. If an application deadline falls on a weekend or a holiday, the deadline will be moved to the next business day. Completed applications must be submitted through the ArtsNL online application system by 11:59 p.m. on the application deadline. Program funding, typically $75,000, is awarded annually, and the maximum grant request is $20,000. I'm just going to slide up a little bit. So I'm going to go over the program guidelines. Applications must be submitted using ArtsNL online application system. That will be artsnl.smartsimple.ca. Paper copies cannot be submitted. Incomplete or late application submissions will not be accepted. Applicants are encouraged to book a meeting by telephone or in person with program staff to discuss their application well before the application deadline. Only one application per artist, collaboration, group, or organization will be accepted per annual deadline. Applicants are expected to explore other sources of revenue. Applicants may not always be awarded the full amount requested. So as far as the application itself, a complete school touring program application would include a tour title, a brief summary of the tour project, maximum 400 words, tour start and end dates, a detailed description of your tour, including a timeline, information on the presentation you wish to tour, statement of why your tour is important and the impacts it will offer the schools, and enrichment workshops in the arts offered to the students. This part would be a maximum of 5,000 words. Also include a list of potential schools you plan to visit on the tour, detailed tour budget, and a resume or bio on each artist involved in the project, and/or each member of the collaboration or group confirming a professional arts practice for each individual. Also include support material of the presentation to be shown to students. For groups and organizations only, in addition to what I just mentioned, you'd also include a history of the group or organization. This would be a max of 1,000 words. A list of your current board of directors for organizations or group members for groups, including a province residency for each individual. Also include a financial statement for the group or organization's last completed fiscal year. That includes 4 things: a list of revenues, expenses, annual surplus or deficit, and an accumulated surplus or deficit. Now slide down a little further. Retroactive applications will not be considered. A project described in your application cannot start before you have been notified of being funded by ArtsNL. Capital cost, purchase of lighting or sound equipment, computers, instruments, etc., are not eligible for funding. Applicants will receive confirmation of receipt of a new application by email within 2 weeks of the application deadline. ArtsNL funding will support travel on the most economical route possible. That is, the cheaper overall travel cost, for example, driving versus flying. Fees and travel costs can only be considered for individuals who are 18 years of age or older. You can look on the application form for the current ArtsNL travel rates. Sliding down a little further, a full grant of $20,000 requires at least 10 presentations and performances, or 7, if the tour includes one or more stops in Labrador or communities on the south coast of the island that are not accessible by road. At least 2/3 of the presentations performances must be in rural schools. That's for all applications. Applicants are required to include workshops and/or enrichment activities that allow students to actively explore an art form as part of the visit to the school. All projects are artist-led, but a teacher is required to be in the classroom at all times. Teachers are encouraged to participate in the project as fully as possible. Presentations performances must be for students only. They must be designed for school audiences and must be age appropriate in presentation and subject. Schools and individual students must not be charged a fee for the presentation performance. Presentations performances should enhance or support aspects of the school curriculum and explore Newfoundland and Labrador culture past to present. Sliding down a little further. Successful applicants must submit email confirmations from the schools they visit before a grant check will be released. Final reports on all past ArtsNL grants must be submitted before ArtsNL will release funding for a new project. Also, when applying for new funding from ArtsNL, an applicant is permitted to have one final report owing across all ArtsNL programs. In this instance, a final report is considered owing on a past grant awarded by ArtsNL that is past the end date listed on the original application, or if it's been approved for an extension by ArtsNL staff before the current application deadline. Applicants owing more than one final report across all ArtsNL programs will not be permitted to apply for further funding from ArtsNL. As far as assessment goes, I'm going to slide down a little further. So assessment applications are reviewed by a multidisciplinary peer assessment committee, typically consisting of 5 to 7 professional artists and experienced educators. All decisions are reviewed and ratified by council. Government members of council and ArtsNL staff do not vote. Final report is due on all projects funded by ArtsNL, typically within 3 months of the project end date that was listed on the application form. However, if an artist group or non-for-profit arts organization seeks new funding from ArtsNL, the final report requirements are the same as what I just noted. A final report section is available within that ArtsNL online system. So once again, my name is Katrina Rice, and my phone number is 726-2212, extension 204. Toll free with a Newfoundland and Labrador only is 1-866-726-2212, extension 204. And my email is krice@nlac.ca. This information can also be found on our website. Thank you. Bye-bye.